As a first-timer, I have the unique benefit of seeing the conference for the first time. I've been to CES on a number of different occasions. My first observation would be just absolutely overwhelmed at the scope and scale. From all the partners and clients that I've talked to here, it sounds like this was really a telco-focused event 7 years ago, and it's really evolved into much more than that today, where you have investors, you've got publishers, you've got content providers, you've got a massive scope and scale of companies that are here representing. And from my perspective, my first observation is just cannot believe the size. Starting to feel a lot like CES, of course, with mobile being the central focus there. I'm overwhelmed at obviously the wearable technology component that I'm seeing here. It's clear that there's a massive migration towards data collection, and walking the floors and seeing the ubiquity of multi-platform and data collection is remarkable. For an organization like AOL, obviously we're in the business of building brands. We are a brand organization driving premium content at scale. So to be here in an environment when so many people are coming into the mobile space is critically important. Our business is to drive engagement. Two key strategies for AOL in 2014 are really about cross-platform, making sure that we're serving up content ubiquitously across platform, and then global, making sure that we have a global presence and we're driving a global presence. In today's environment, we've got about 50% of our traffic coming from outside of the US, and we're looking to grow that meaningfully. Mobile, based on user trends and behavior today, is obviously a really easy mechanism to do that. You can see that in current trends. Obviously, the WhatsApp acquisition, to think about an organization growing the database to 500 million users in 4 years and creating that sort of value or perceived value is pretty remarkable. So from our perspective, we've got a really nice presence here and continue to invest in really big and meaningful brands. The Huff Post will be in 14 countries by the end of 2014. In Gadget and TechCrunch and our tech verticals in general will be close to about 40 million uniques worldwide. And so as we continue to invest in those premium content assets, and we're seeing the shift of consumption into the mobile space, it's really important to be here and to observe how people are stepping into the space in a meaningful way. At the end of the day, our job is to ensure that as people are coming, as our publishers are looking to distribute content and advertisers are looking to secure multi-platform campaigns, that we have the right tools and services and tech platforms to ensure that's going to happen. And so we are openly supporting HTML5. At the beginning of 2013, we had about 20% of our campaigns were cross-platform. We're now up at about 60%, which is pretty remarkable in terms of the ubiquity of driving across multiple platforms. That's not only serving, that's ad tracking and reporting on it. And so, and we fully expect that to be 100% in a very short order of magnitude. And I expect most of our competitors are thinking the same way. In terms of our, what we are thinking back in the mothership, we remain focused on driving global brands. That remains priority number one, and it is absolutely imperative. It's the religion to ensure that we have a mobile-first mentality when we're going to market. And so, with the consumption patterns of apps today, you're seeing, I think the number is about 30% of all traffic in digital is spent in mobile, and of that 30%, about 80% of that originates from an app world. And so it is absolute a no-brainer, and by default, that we have phenomenal apps across our big premium content assets that we want to drive globally. And so, and you're seeing that. And as I say, I think notable ones, TechCrunch and Gadget, Huffington Post. We're driving Makers, which is our lifestyle women's network globally, and all of these assets, all of them have to have a digital and mobile-first mentality to them. As you see engagement patterns shifting so materially into the mobile space, very clearly advertising is following. I think we have a slight Mary Meeker moment where you still have engagement at a pretty significant level and monetization isn't quite there yet. It's been the year of mobile for 4 years in a row, but we are starting to see, in earnest, all of our conversations are starting to be led with mobile and video. And so from our perspective, we talk about the construct of the barbell with premium at one side, premium experiences and premium ad solutions for our advertisers. On the other side, a lot of tonnage and platform-based solutions. And so when we think about mobile and we think about solutions for advertisers, we think about premium experiences at one end and then being able to provide scale cross-platform with our technology resources at the other. And I think talking to our agency partners, talking to our meaningful client direct relationships, we feel pretty strongly that there's going to be a material upward trajectory in terms of spend as technology providers and publishers and media owners like ourselves are providing solutions that simplify what is a pretty complex ecosystem today. And so we're invested material in both ends of those barbells, making, at the end of the day, providing time and saving money for our agency partners with creative solutions at scale.